So then we have a bin where we built a frame over top of the bin, a wooden frame over top of the bin with a screen.
Mhm.
And it's a mesh screen that is about 1/8 of an inch. And we either shake or just kind of grade the leaves to where we can separate any of the fine sticks. Then we pull that off. Then that is what goes into the blender. Then you blend, and then you sift, and then you remove any more little small branches and sticks, and then you've got a fine powder. Fluffy, fine, fluffy powder. It's like clouds of green. It's nice. I had a guy just call me just now, just before we opened up the meeting, and he's in Daytona. He's been watching the videos for a while. He went down to the local health food store. He was so excited. He's like, "Yeah, I can get me some cheap moringa." He opens it up and it's brown. It's like, dang it, Kendrick was right. So he called me up on the phone. He's like, "Man, you were right. I tried to see if I could just go down and get me some moringa, man, but it's brown, it smells, and it's from the health food store, man." And I'm just like, "Yeah, well, it came from India. No disrespect, but it just, it came from another country. It was on the way that it's being dried there. It's actually being dried out in the field, you know, and it doesn't have the same color and taste and smell. And that's because we bring our greens in within a few hours of it being harvested. It's already on the racks drying. That's the key difference between what we do and what large scale operations do, is that we bring it in right into the dehumidifying room right away to instantly become cured to preserve the micronutrients right away. A lot of times these large farms, they're cutting it and laying it out in the field until it's crispy and dry and it's actually browning out in the field. They'll bring it in and then they'll even cook it. Sometimes they'll even put it in a dryer, like a clothes dryer, like a normal clothes dryer.
What?
Let's just dump it in a clothes dryer, turn that on for an hour, and it's done. Oh, yeah.
That's crazy.
Man, the food industry, if the things that we eat that we really knew, if we really knew the truth, that's the reason why I became a farmer, is because I started learning about the food industry and I was like, wow, what can I really eat? That's why I fasted for 30 days to try to figure out what I could eat.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it's just, man. And even today, I'm a very kind of picky eater. It's tough to go out sometimes. I'll be bringing my own snacks wherever I go. Now, there is a liquid drink that I do drink that is like a food. It's made from wheat. It has a little bit of alcohol in it. They call it beer. Sometimes I will have a beer.
Well, what's funny is I watched a video on YouTube about taking ginger and making a drink out of it. You
Oh,
let it
yes.
ferment. The ginger actually, I have it on the counter. It's fermenting, and you
Mm.
put a little molasses and a little bit of honey
Mm.
in there,
Ooh.
and it
Oh,
starts to
yes.
it
Oh,
starts to
that keeps the doctor away. That'll keep the
yeah.
doctor away for sure. I eat a ginger candy. It's very similar to that. I had to stop because my tooth was getting soft. I could feel it. But it's been a couple months since I've had any of those ginger candies, and I can feel it hardening back up again. Plus, I'm just doing some of that mental work, harden back up again. And it feels a lot better. But yeah, that's a good thing. That's for fermentation.
Right.
That's the things that we want to do more of is even, can we put the moringa leaves in, say, something similar? Because that's actually what the biostimulant is. The biostimulant